Hello, welcome to Angry, Annoyed, and Amused podcast. You're on with Mike. Next to me is Matt.
What's up?
Over there's Johnny.
Hey.
Across the table is the other Mike.
Hello.
Special guest today, Uncle Phil.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
As always. You're always welcome. I should say, not as always. Never been on before.
Should we call ourselves
We've
the
been on
Fin
twice before,
based on that show that's on Fox News? The
Like the Five?
Fin is like the Five with the Fin.
You don't know what a fin is.
I don't know what the Fin is.
That's
Is
an
there
old.
five of
That's
them?
an old term
It's like
It
a
is?
term for $5 bill.
for a $5 bill.
Slip me a Fin, I'll get you a better
Fin.
seat.
Oh,
A
I never
fin.
heard that.
A fin.
No, I never heard
Yeah.
that.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Is it an Italian thing? Because it was not in The Sopranos.
No, it's an age thing.
It was pre-Sopranos. It was pre-Sopranos.
I still never heard it.
A fin.
Huh.
Very cool.
I
A
don't get it.
sawbuck. You know what a sawbuck is?
Sawbuck.
$10.
What?
You never heard
Because
of
a sawbuck
No.
is like an X that you laid a log in to cut
Right.
it, and an X is
10.
And, wait.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Okay, that's what. What's
I like
the
it.
fin then? How's that a 5?
that. I don't know.
This is how it developed. To
That you have to
five
go
Fin.
deeper into Brooklyn for that one.
Fin.
It's probably
I'm
something
sure
there.
it's
Did you
started
see
with
the thing I
Latin.
sent you last night? With the language stuff? Frickin' not frickin' frack. Glick and Glock. What was it?
Oh, I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
So while you look that up, I'll start on the
Thank
thing.
you.
I'll start on the thing we were going to talk about.
You know what freaking frag is?
Like, is that a real thing, or like frickin' frack is a term that means like,
Dummy.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
frack.
Frickin', yeah,
They're in trouble again.
yeah,
Freaking frack. They're going down Niagara Falls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of thing.
yeah. No, that one I know.
Let me see if I could. It wasn't frickin' frack though. What was it?
I don't know. Well, nonetheless,
God, you thought you.
I am.
We're trying.
So, there's this thing, and it's like, it's a partially conspiracy theory. So I'll tell that version first, and then I'll get into the actual thing. So the conspiracy theory is that Trump has multiple times, I believe, spoken about how like there are no new cities in the U.S. in the last I don't know how long. You know what I mean? Cities don't just like pop up.
Okay.
And his argument would be that part of what would bring a lot of development is creating a new city. Right? Like kind of fair enough to me, makes sort of sense, right? We don't have big cities. Like towns kind of pop up, but like, you know, the new Houston or whatever. Like New York has been here forever.
Right.
So Trump has talked about these things, and I believe he calls them freedom cities. Now the conspiracy theory is that if you go really deep into like AI and like Peter Thiel and stuff, that it's all part of this thing to create basically a surveillance state, where in order to live in this city, you either implicitly or explicitly are allowing yourself to be basically surveilled 24/7.
You already are surveilled.
Right. So the conspiracy theory part is that all of the destabilization, all the things that people would say Trump is doing on purpose to like mess with, like to destroy America for people who think he's doing so, is because it's like kind of twofold. It's one, that they do think that the world's actually going to end, and like freedom cities will be given as like a new version of like part. A lot of people say that's why he's taking over Greenland, is he's going to take over Greenland and then create freedom cities there. So then he's going to go, hey, if you want to leave America, come to Greenland. We're going to be sovereign as its own thing and live in all the freedom cities, right?
Can I go off on a quick tangent?
Yeah. Frickin' frack.
At the U.S. versus Denmark curling competition, the U.S. fans started chanting, "We want Greenland."
Really?
It's pretty funny.
That's nice. That's a good one.
Which is crazy because on the news they were saying all the Americans don't want it, but yet you had people screaming they want it.
We don't really want it.
No,
We
that
want
was just more of a chant. Yeah,
He
it was
got
more of
he,
like
he got what he
to
wanted.
kind of screw them up.
yeah, it was more of
But
just
anyway,
like a-
sorry, I
So,
digressed.
well, so conspiracy aside, because like I don't, I'm not that into all the Peter Thiel like AI doom guy.
Not yet. You haven't gotten to that.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
You will next week.
I just AI conspiracy theories to me are too like, they get into very technical stuff, and I'm like, that's boring. I just want to like
believe
theorize.
something.
Yeah, right. I don't want to have to like, I don't want to have to learn about AI and how it works to like get into, whatever. Nonetheless, but the idea of a freedom city to me is interesting, right? Because I wonder what the general person would say about like giving up, certain rights to privacy and such to live in, like, let's say the freedom city worked and there was no crime. You were guaranteed no crime. But the reason why they can guarantee it,
People give up to live in that.
right?
What
It's
kind of
it's that
freedom?
classic what's it called?
Well, that was the
Truman Show.
that was the Patriot Act. That's
The
what-
Truman Show.
that's what
Well,
they
but
did.
yes, but like the
That was
Patriot
what
Act's
they
like forced on us, and it didn't actually. I'm saying I'm not given.
Truman Show.
Yeah, kind of.
No, but
not
it had
really
support. It had support on the basis of we're
That it
doing
would-
this to protect you, and then 2013 it came out that they're
Yeah.
actually just keeping track of everything.
Yeah, right. But there's just I think there's just a little difference between like the Patriot Act being, the anti-terrorism thing, and like they are spying on us, but we never really had a choice in it. And yeah, it was sold to people as in the, in the aftermath of 9/11, like these dangerous things can happen. Wouldn't it be better if we just kept more tabs on people so this didn't happen, and then they start
if you
spying?
Had nothing to hide. You'd
Right.
Be all right anyway.
But I wonder, like, especially as things get more, as I feel more and more surveilled, right? I wonder, like me myself, I wonder if the trade-off would be worth it. And like to your point, Johnny, it's like, what does the freedom mean? And it's like, I don't know, because if they say you can't, I don't know. I don't like look up anything. I'm not like looking up how to make bombs. I don't do anything that would land me.
Right now, if you found out you were being surveilled 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, what would bother you the most about that?
Just like on the basis of I feel like it's intrusive, and my question would be who is doing that?
Would you be
Because
embarrassed?
if it's the government doing it, no.
Yeah, but
I don't like doing like they wouldn't
being
find me on
surveilled
crimes or
could
anything.
eventually
that's what I'm
lead
saying.
to-
But
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
at
Well,
the
that's
end of
why
the
I'm
day,
wondering.
Why would yes, you
everybody
would
would
care
go back to
because
being
everyone
regulated?
runs a red light.
it's
Like
an,
if you're being
it's,
surveilled?
it's an intrusion into your privacy
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well,
But at the
furthermore,
end of
I
the day,
would-
it's like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yes, but my
Like,
real-
they're not finding anything great
but-
on me. They're wasting their time.
But my fear in current society is that just means that at any point they can find me. They can like
Yes. Right, you
if
can
they
be
decide I'm a
controlled.
criminal for feeling like we talk about right and left, right? I'm a conservative. You could tell by my, if you were like had my search history and like the articles I read and stuff, you could probably figure out without even. The podcast, you can find out on conservative. In 15 years, when they're on the third, or fourth,
When
like
the
Kamala
Canadians
Harris
take
thing,
over
and they decide
and they find
they
the
decide to
videos and
round
say,
up
"I hate
and they
Canadians,
decide to round up conservatives.
liked Canada."
That puts me at it as puts me in danger.
You have to worry when
Isn't
the people
being
who
Okay,
decide,
so
who
you
decide
have
the
to
crime-
start-
Wait.
You have to be worried when the people who decide what crime is also can tell you whether or not you're doing
Right.
it.
That's
Also
really
know
the
everything that
danger.
you're doing.
Yeah, that's the danger of true surveillance.
you
but
always
like
have-
in a-
but for the Freedom City thing, you have to start at the point that it was created for good.
Right. I'm saying if you believe, yes, I'm saying in a
things
Freedom City.
always wind up getting
I'm not
corrupted.
talking about but like I'm saying imagine that wasn't true.
Right.
If you could have a guarantee and you knew that was correct, right? Like I would always be worried that, well, yeah, but that means they have access to everything I own
they
and
do.
whatever.
You're being
At any
controlled.
point, they can take it from me. Right? It feels
So they
like
go
that.
like this. Oh, you're free, and there's no crime, but we're controlling everyone.
Like if they said,
You're really not free at that point, because then
well,
at
it depends
some
on what
point, it's
freedom
all fake.
means. But if they're like, look, if you're a law-abiding citizen,
Freedom means that
I'll add
you're
one
free to
stipulation.
commit a crime, right? In theory,
Yeah.
but there's rules against it. Now you're free, but now someone's controlling you, and someone
No.
decides I'm
Well,
going to start
no,
making
it's
rules.
different. I'm saying, like-
what if something you did becomes a crime?
That's the worry.
That's the
That's the worry. But I'm saying if I
wasn't
went,
a crime,
if I
but
was
now it
if I
became a
was
crime.
given the opportunity to move to a freedom city, and they told me exactly this, and I believe them. Like imagine it was Jesus Christ himself who came down and was like, I'm creating the freedom city. But the way it's going to work
We
is,
have a new listener.
and let's even say they're like, we won't, like, just to make it like a little bit more palatable, I guess, right, to the general populace. If they're like, inside your house, you won't be surveilled. We're not looking at your search history. We're not like doing any, you know what I mean, anything that intrusive in your house. But we have drones, 24/7 surveillance of every single inch of public space in
That's okay.
in the city, because we will know the moment a crime's committed, who did it. We have your gate. Like they know when it's you. Like if I went outside and I had a mask on, full covered up, they'd be like, we know that's you because we have the house you left. We have your gate, recorded, like all that stuff. You know what I mean? If it was sold,
Hypothetically, yes, but
if it
knowing
was
what
sold,
we know, if they can watch you outside, they're going to eventually.
yeah, but I'm saying they're not going. I'm saying they're not going to do that. I'm saying they're not going to do
Only
that.
outside. They're not going to be inside.
Would you still would you be so anti-surveillance that you wouldn't trade
do
it
it.
for
I'll
a
take
no
it.
of absolutely zero crime city?
I'll take it.
I wouldn't take it.
I think I'd take it.
I'd take
Take
it.
it.
They're watching me.
You said
everywhere
so.
outside
You said you
anyway.
would take it. You said you wouldn't
yeah.
take it. You said you wouldn't take it.
I would take it.
I think I'd take it.
They watch me. I look at you at your desk every day. So I mean,
They-
we see what's going on.
No,
Yeah, but I
that's
do
not
feel like the
that's not
current-
my-
the
that's
current
not my
argument
assumption.
against
I'm
it
going
is
off
different.
of his hypothetical, he's saying it is different. Like
Yeah, I know it's different today.
We
The
know
way you're
we're being
describing
watched.
this is a successful.
Right.
This is successfully happening. Like I
Yeah,
keep looking
right.
at it going like this. Once they have,
They're gonna take more control.
Yeah, they're
I agree
gonna
with
continue
that,
to take
and
more.
that's how the world exists. I totally get that. I'm saying if you could be sold on, like, if a Freedom City existed, they would use it
you
to
can't-
eventually weed out, like, political opinions would be considered You know, if you're like, I'm anti-freedom city,
Surveillance leads to censorship.
then you're going to go, I don't want to, like, I'm in a freedom city, but I disagree with it. Then they're like, we're getting you out. And we know that you've been writing these posts online to, like, rile people up. Or, like, we know you went to the city hall and said this because all your coworkers ratted on you. The fear of generally, I think, anti-privacy and surveillance in general is that you can't decide what the laws, you can't decide what the laws are nor what they become. So the fear of surveillance is that. But if it was just like I said, and imagine it's Jesus, like somebody who you trust with everything, like you're like, this guy, he's not lying to me. I'm certain of it. And all they're doing is surveilling so there's no crime in a city. I think I would take that trade. I just don't, like, I don't do crime. Like, they wouldn't get me on, like,
anything.
on vandalism. Like, I don't vandalize stuff. They wouldn't get me for littering. I don't litter. Like,
Right.
I don't do anything criminal that I would feel like, oh, you're taking
The
some
way you're saying
some freedom from
isn't
me.
that the principle behind stop and frisk? That you shouldn't fear stop and frisk because if you're not doing anything wrong,
I don't care about
you're
that
not going to
either.
get in trouble.
Yeah, but I'm good with stop and frisk. I think
me
stop
too.
and frisk makes
I-
total
I
sense because
feel-
I know, and I would also stop and, like, let them check me. Be like, yeah, I don't carry an illegal gun on me.
Like,
Or any other illicit
people
substances.
Complain, right? People complain when you get on an airplane, you have to go through certain security checks, and you complain about
It's
it.
annoying.
It's annoying, but it's
But I
for your,
respect
but
it.
it's for your safety, right?
But I think
So you have
that-
to accept and go like this. Well, they could not do it, and then every plane I get on could potentially be hijacked, or something can happen on the plane, right? So, like the way you say it like that, it's the same. Like it's the same. You have to go through certain losses, certain inconveniences, right, to get to where you want to be. But I don't know. I keep going back to that.
I
Like
mean-
once
Yeah,
they
that
have
it'll
one
go
thing,
bad.
My issue
It
with
will definitely
surveillance.
move into
Matt's got one.
My
you know,
issue with surveillance,
more
I wouldn't do it.
surveillance.
Because my issue with surveillance isn't that I think that I'm doing something wrong. I think that, like we talked about on another episode about, when deciding like what a right is, I think privacy is a right because it's an idea, and the idea behind privacy isn't that I should be able to do whatever I want and no one should be watching me, right? The idea is that nobody should have nobody has the right to see what I wouldn't want them to, or to see every action that I take. You understand? So
Yeah.
that's why I wouldn't do it personally, because I
Don't get
believe
married.
I can be private. I should have I am the only person who can allow somebody to know things or see things about me that I choose. It's up to me to decide that, and not the government.
Yeah.
And that's why I would say no. I wouldn't want to be surveilled under any circumstances, even if it was a perfect city. I would live with crime. I would rather live with crime than know that I'm being watched.
See, that's interesting. That's kind of like the question, and like I don't know.
that make government bigger.
In that, well, it depends on how like it would work. You know what I mean? Would it make government bigger? Like you could say yes, you could say no. Because
like,
like
in theory,
if
right,
if all else is the same, the only difference is they have drones on every single city block that know who you are whenever you're outside. So like, murder can't happen. Like it just or it can happen, but they'll immediately.
Then we're living in that society. There's
Huh?
areas that have cameras, that the NYPD has cameras. in
Yeah,
the
well, for
city.
the sake of the
Yeah,
argument,
but let's say also
I'm
this is
assuming
like
that it's very different
and
from what we
then
have.
and then
now,
they do
okay?
handle it.
I
They don't
understand.
have a guy killing somebody and they go give him a week, let him back
So,
out.
you-
They're like out of the
in-
freedom
in your
city.
scenario, it's a perfect situation. Everything is
You're
For it
just
to
being-
work,
you're
for
just
it to,
being
for the
wild.
for the
Except-
thought to
except your
work, it
house.
has to be
Wait,
because
is
I
this-
understand that in real life
But
surveillance
then-
will always lead
No,
to
like I
them
said,
taking advantage
but the only
of
thing-
you being
right,
surveilled.
that's the
I get
only-
that.
that's the only
Well,
problem.
that's what the
But that's
fear
not
of freedom
my-
cities is.
My thing was
That's
that's
what
not my
they would
only.
eventually
That's
do.
not my only
No, no,
problem.
He's saying
your problem is you don't
Eventually
want to be
happen.
surveilled.
I would not want to be
Right,
surveilled.
I get
so
that.
That's what I think is the point of his thought experiment was not like
Yeah.
what may happen. It's just
Right.
Because I don't know.
If
It's like
would
for
you
my
or would you not
for
be okay being
myself, like
if it's the
I
perfect
don't.
scenario, if there's going to be no changes to it that you have to think about, but we're naturally untrusting of
Yeah.
people that take control because we know it always leads
Yeah.
to worse things. But if you're saying that, yes, you got this perfect
And
situation,
it ends there. They're not. They're not trying to
not gonna
take
make any
more
changes,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
Well, because
then I would like to live there because
Yeah.
you'd like to live without any crime.
right. Because I think of it like for myself. I don't really end up. I mean, I don't try to put myself in like dangerous situations or like at late at night. Like if I'm drinking, I don't take the train home at 4 a.m. through a bad neighborhood. That kind of general like living thing. But
You wouldn't have to worry about that.
you wouldn't have to, so it'd be nice to not like to be able to just walk home from wherever, but also like less myself, but imagining having like or having a wife and kids It's like it'd be really nice if you could have kids. Like they always talk about it, like that the world doesn't work how it used to. Like maybe when you guys were growing up, that like you could just have the kids go out,
Be out in the streets all
and go,
day.
hey, come back at at 10. Even in my neighborhood, I don't think my neighborhood I live in now, which is like a nice neighborhood. There's not like a ton of crime or anything, but just the way the world is, I wouldn't feel
Wouldn't
comfortable
want your
letting
kids
my
running
8-year-old. Like I live very close to a park. I don't think, depending on how old the kid is, like if he's 10, I'm not gonna go. Yeah, go to the park and be back at 10. He's like, oh, I'm meeting my friends there. I'm like, yeah, just go ahead, because it's 3 blocks away, past a bunch of residential houses. The trade-off for that, I think I would take. Like I think that would be fine, because I'm like, my 10-year-old kid isn't going to be committing crime, and if he is, I'd want to know anyway. Like if he's skinning cats, like yeah, I don't want him doing that.
Roofs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it would be worth the trade-off of like the
I
crime,
have a
like
cat
you know what I
story
mean?
too, but I won't tell it.
It's not the jumping off.
Want to hear it?
It's getting up
It's the
there.
throwing the bottles.
Still, I'll go climb it right now, Phil.
Oh, let's go.
Not with you.
Why do you want to climb things so bad?
'Cause you're gonna
I
wanna
love
fly
climbing
off.
things.
Me too.
I,
Johnny
love,
Giant
to
parachute off.
I want to jump
Yeah.
off.
But what's
Yeah.
that famous? Was it a Ben Franklin quote? If you'll trade safety for freedom, you deserve neither.
Yeah, something.
And I think about that quote, and I feel like times were so different that back then that meant more. He was talking about like you can't be free and rely on other people for your defense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to defend yourself in order to be free, which I agree with. But like in the world that we live in, it's like
Benny, man.
we don't have either now. Like I don't want to. It's weird to live in a world where it's like, yes, I accept the crime in the city I live in, and I also am surveilled. It's like if that's gonna happen, I feel like I'd rather the no crime, right? But then if a place is like, hey, we're a city where we just guarantee we have no surveillance at all, I'm like, I don't. Why? What is the draw of that city for me as somebody who doesn't commit crime? If I did commit crime, I'd be like, perfect.
there.
Finally, no camera. You know what I mean? Like it used to be so easy to steal stuff. Now there's cameras everywhere. There's Ring doorbells. I can't break in anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I guess just to me, like the argument about safety versus security is like, there's something there. I don't, maybe I don't understand it. Maybe it's like a new age. Maybe with social media, I can't even see a world where like you're not surveilled at all.
Right.
Because I've grown up in one, but I don't know. It's just like, I can't imagine the group of people who are like,
I mean,
I'd
less-
rather be in the
less
city
less the zero
where we
crime.
all have
I think we're in that
total
world.
privacy.
Right?
Think?
Yeah, phones track you. Phones listen.
I think we're closer
that's,
to-
That's confirmed.
Less
That's
Yeah, I'm
not
saying
like
we're
a-
closer to
Edward
surveillance, but we
Snowden-
still
Edward
have
Snowden
all of the
released all
crime.
that. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's
can't prevent the
100% true.
crime, but
No, you can't prevent
but
crime.
the surveillance help catch the bad people now.
That's,
Yeah.
in a
that's
way.
100% true.
But you're not stopping the
That's-
crime.
Yeah. Well, the idea with the freedom cities and the AI is like it becomes like a true, like not that you can't priest. That's one of the arguments about AI is
Bad people
stopping
don't-
crime
ba-
before, which
bad
is obviously
people-
a bad idea.
Bad people don't want to be in a place where they're being surveilled.
Yeah.
So number one, you wouldn't have certain people
Yeah.
in that.
Imagine
Certain people wouldn't want to be there.
this. Imagine a city where you get told like you can move here, but you're going to be surveilled on 100%, and and we deal with crime harshly or whatever. But then they don't surveil you.
That's
Oh, they just
awesome.
do it
What do you
as
think
an
that city's like?
experiment.
That's beautiful.
Right? It's
Somebody
it's
would
like
figure it out pretty quickly. I
you
somebody
think?
would test
You think
it.
somebody
I
would be
think
testing
someone
it and be
would
like,
test
oh,
it.
I littered,
I
nothing
think-
happened.
I think someone would
I
test it.
vandalized,
They would-
nothing
they would
happened.
try and
It's
put-
al-
'cause that's
it's
what-
almost like a town with
that's- 'cause
HOA.
Really, that's what crime.
Right?
That's what crime kind of becomes at a certain point. Is less committing blatant crimes and more kind of trying to find as close as you can get
Pushing the envelope.
without. You know what I mean? It's like
Like
I
vandalism
would say, I
and
would say like
graffiti?
stop signs. I think is a really good example. Right, you're supposed to completely stop at the stop sign, but then once you start driving, certain people they'll slow down a lot, almost come to a complete stop past the line, and then eventually at a certain point it's like they've been driving for 20 years and it's 3 a.m. and no one's on the road and they're just not going to stop for the stop sign at all because they know nothing's going to happen. You kind of just keep testing it until you find where the line is. I think instantly
Yeah,
that kind
people
of city
find out.
happened instantly.
But I just
somebody
wonder
would
the
test it.
people who would willingly be moving in, which one of them is like, I'm gonna
I'm
do
gonna
this.
test it, right? To
I'd
see.
be
You know what I'm
testing
saying?
it.
I
I'd
Like,
be
because
testing
if it's,
I think
but why?
instantly
But why?
somebody would
You're
test
not
it.
gonna escalate it to
I
armed
wouldn't-
robbery.
I wouldn't go to robbery or murder,
wants
but
to know what his-
the
what his
little. I want to
bounds
know.
are.
Yeah, I want to see how much I can
He
push
wants
it.
to know what his bounds are and what he can
I
do.
wanna see
I
what
guess
can
I
get
still
away.
feel like that still will end up being a better city
Because
than the opposite because
Matt
all
brings
the
up-
people, or at least accepting that there might be surveillance.
Matt brings up something I didn't even think about. In this little dystopia world that you live in now,
Traffic laws.
are traffic laws part of it?
Yeah.
Because that means I can't speed, I can't blow stop signs. Right?
Yeah, traffic laws would be part of it.
I'm out.
That's always been the argument against surveillance. Is if you follow somebody for long enough, their tail light's gonna go out, or they're gonna run a red or something.
Oh,
It
no.
always is gonna happen. If you follow somebody for long enough, they're gonna do something wrong.
No, I can't do it then.
Well, like if they caught me running a
always
red
the
light and I got a
you can do it
ticket, I'd
now.
be like, I ran a red light. Like I still accept that today. If I roll through a stop sign
making a
today and
lot
a
of
cop,
noise.
it is,
Alright,
and a cop sees me,
trying to fix
I accept the ticket. I don't like fight them that they didn't see me do it. It's like to live in a world where like you will just get caught. I don't know. I wonder about it because like I think generally I would say I'm anti-surveillance and I am in the world we live in. But if it was if I was sold the Bill of Rights of like because of the surveillance, otherwise it's a totally safe city.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
listen,
kind of feel like
as
I'd
far
do
as
that.
traffic is concerned, you're almost there now. There's speed cameras
Everywhere,
everywhere.
yeah.
There's license plate readers everywhere.
They're putting
and
those
there's
new ones up
Red
now.
light cameras because they read everything.
Yeah.
They do all three.
That's crazy.
So anything you do, you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
They could see where you're going, where you came from. You're being surveilled in that sense
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
And
right.
yes, if you go through a red light, you get a ticket sent to you. So it could be the same thing in your thing, right? I mean, the crime you're looking to avoid is the major crime.
Yeah.
People
We're
are-
right, but those are the
Murder,
crimes that
so
people
it's
want to not have around them.
Murder?
No,
Most people are going to go, yeah, every you run a red light, you run a red light.
Right. So you get a ticket. or
Don't
you
do it
get
at 120
whatever.
and kill somebody, but like, yeah.
Murder.
But
Yeah, nobody wants to live in
Say it
a
again,
nobody
John.
wants to live in a city where people are being murdered, I don't
right,
think.
exactly. You want to get rid of those major crimes. The other things are going to happen. And yes, there could be a punishment. You get kicked out, whatever,
Yeah.
after 3 tickets.
Or like terrorism, that'd be good to have 0.
You're saying no crime at all, right?
No crime.
'Cause now
Like
the-
it could,
now the
like I'm
debate
saying, it
becomes
could
what's
still
the
happen.
crime?
They're not
It could
pre-arresting
still
people
happen.
for like
right,
thoughts.
You can't, right, you can't.
It
Yeah.
could still happen because people will commit crime even if they know that they're going to go to jail because they really want to kill a single person. Like they just really need that person dead. They're willing to accept.
But that person would always die.
They would go.
You
No,
would
I'm
stop
saying-
random crime.
Right. No, I'm saying there would be crime, but it's like you're not really in danger because it would have to be pretty specific.
Johnny's bored with this.
No, because the more they talk about it, and I was totally into it, I want to get out of this town because I'm thinking about all the things. The driving part is going to kill me big time
Have to
because I
pay a
love
ton
the
of
speed.
tickets.
But not only that, I love self-checkout.
Because you're stealing stuff?
You steal stuff at self-checkout?
No, but I just love
You just mean you have 12 items as opposed to 10 items? That wouldn't be a
I-
crime.
no.
I don't think everything is going to be.
self-checkout. It's great self-checkout. I don't want to lose
They have
self-checkout.
great discounts
Why would you
at
lose self-checkout?
They have great discounts at self checkout.
So you are just talking about stealing stuff.
No, I don't steal
He
anything.
doesn't
You
want to
don't.
admit to anything.
You
I-
can still have self-checkout. though.
Guys,
I don't-
I make really good money. I don't
doesn't-
need to steal that $5 thing and stuff. But I love self-checkout.
I think he's saying he likes
there's a lot
stealing
of
stuff.
He's saying he
Just
doesn't
steal
want
on
to. He
principle.
doesn't
Yeah,
want to.
Not
admit
right.
about how
to
Yeah,
much-
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
about how much money you make. Some people
It's
just
the
like to
thrill. It's
steal.
the thrill.
Yeah.
Kleptomaniacs.
No, it's not the thrill. It's my payment for being employed there for a few minutes. That's all.
All right.
You know?
All right.
You steal.
So wait, so you're saying
What do you
steal in
steal?
self-checkout?
No.
No,
I
he's
do
saying
not.
gets good discounts.
You
on
just said that.
self-checkout.
You just said it's my payment.
He's
for
saying he
being
takes like a
employed.
Snicker bar or
Yeah,
something.
he
and-
gets
No,
a
I don't even do
discount.
that. You know,
The cops aren't going to come find you off of this.
watch this be the one
Well, and
episode
they,
that.
and they would have to prove
They'd have to
it.
prove
They
it.
have to prove it.
No, you
an
know-
individual
I could say I
instance.
killed somebody.
No,
I still
you
got to
get-
go find the
the-
body.
They
like
have to
you
prove
get
it.
like spinach and you put it on the scale, but you hold it up a little bit and like
Get
instead
the hell
of
out of here.
instead of $1, it's like 8 cents.
That's it. What, that's part of your adrenaline?
You know what, Johnny?
What
You're
is
not- You're not invited to Freedom Town.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
not invited.
You're not
Forget
allowed.
it.
You're ruining it already.
Now that I think about it, I do the same thing at the airport. When I bring my bag in, I know it's overweight. I hold it up with my
You
toes.
failed out of Freedom Town.
I'm kicked out.
Well, hey,
You're out.
that's like a policy for them. I don't think that's a law though. So you'd be
Maybe you
okay.
shouldn't post this for 7 years.
Just let the statute of
Wait, hold
limitations
up,
run out.
hold up. All right, now I know where to cut.
No, but that's the real. I think the real
Somebody
fear
go
of like
grab all the tapes from the Stop and Shop and
it's in some. I think it might be 1984. One of those books.
Yeah, 1984 is the.
Is that when they do the mine crimes or whatever they call them?
I don't know.
Well, one of
They
those-
started
I know that's
to
the big
convince
surveillance.
people about, reality wasn't reality. That was the idea in 1984.
Yeah. Well, that was like the government, but I mean that one of those books. Part of
You
it.
helped me once
No, I was with you once, and I'm not going to say what you did.
when we were doing our deck.
Our deck.
We were doing our deck. I think you did something with me. I think.
No, I didn't.
Was that what you're saying though?
No, you did something
What did I
that
do?
was worse than that I'm not going to bring up.
I don't remember.
That you eventually got in trouble for.
I did. Oh, was that stolen
Don't say.
valor?
That's a real crime.
That one is a real crime.
That's a real crime, bro.
No. It wasn't. It was a
Well,
miscommunication.
so is stealing.
No. The guy
Yeah, but
just,
stealing like 20 cents worth of broccoli, I don't think anybody's like
It was
chasing you
spinach.
down.
It wasn't broccoli. It
we're
was
talking
spinach.
offline. It's just some guy, without getting into it because I'm not getting, but some guy just asked me if I'm in the military. I said no. He's like, oh, you look like the military. So was that. But we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Well, one of those dystopian books about like a surveillance state, the real worry there is they called it, there was like a name for it in the book, but I think it was called like mind crimes or something like that. And it was pretty much, it was like a version,
You were gonna do
a
something
version of
before you did
AI or like, yes, exactly, is that they could read your whole, because AI was so advanced and it could like look at your whole life and then say what's going to happen in the next week or whatever. So they knew when crimes were going to be committed. And like, I think obviously everybody would agree that that's not worth no crime. You know what I mean?
No, because
But like, because that's like obviously kind of jumping the shark.
I think
like
a lot
bit.
of bad things.
Yeah. Well, right. You know, I mean, the argument might be that
I
it
never
would
thought
tell when
about
you're gonna do it, not
Tipping the-
yeah, I should kill this guy.
Tipping
It's
the
like
scale on a
they
bag
can
of
look at
broccoli
all
though.
your.
I have spinach. I never thought about that before.
I mean, you got to get that stuff.
you know what it is? He's been watching The Sopranos.
Oh, my God.
Remember the episode when he went to buy the fish?
Yeah.
And he
put
puts
the
a
matchbook
cigarette-
on the matchbook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
matchbook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like,
And then he was yelling at the guy.
Yeah, he
And now
yelled at the
Johnny
guy.
thinks he's like, Johnny's living a soprano life
I
now.
am. I'm the boss.
At the self checkout, he sets the scale up
I'm
on
a
himself.
boss. I love it. It's a good life, man.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's fun.
Not in that show. They don't really make it seem.
No, they don't. But hey, I just want to roll out of bed whenever I want and not have to do anything. Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
He does a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
He
busy,
doesn't do anything. Yeah, they do a lot.
but also not busy.
Yeah.
They're like all busy,
But not busy.
but they're also all just hanging around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's probably a lot like that in real life. For a handful of guys. I mean, for like if you're up there.
Well, that's what the New Jersey mom got caught on tape talking about it, saying how they're like there must be somebody snitching to them.
Street gangs probably are a bit of fun.
Street gangs?
What, telling them how it really was? Like, you think they don't know people?
Well,
Of course
that's
they did.
I'm saying they got caught on tape saying they actually got caught on tape questioning whether or not somebody was giving them information because it was so accurate.
Somebody was definitely giving them
The
information.
New Jersey mob
Oh, really?
got the part of their wiretaps was them talking about
Wait,
it
and the Sopranos in real life?
in real life. Was
Oh.
talking about
Talking
the
about how
Sopranos, saying,
somebody was giving them how
yeah,
they
how-
really
oh,
lived
man,
their life.
somebody must
Oh.
be giving them information because that stuff is real.
Wow.
That happens. There's a lot of guys that were in the mob that became actors. They tell about the life all the time.
Well, that was Paulie was one of them.
Luca Brasi.
Yep. He was.
Henry Hill.
He didn't become an actor, did he?
Well, nobody wrote the book.
Wasn't
The
Frank?
guy who plays Paulie. He was
I mean,
in-
there was
he
stories,
was
right,
in it
that they
before he
had
went to do the show.
Wasn't Frank
mobsters
Sinatra?
visit the set.
He was like
connect
associated.
for
reality.
He was
He
connected.
was like
Reality
associated.
coaching, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So was Joe Pesci. He was,
Wait, Paulie was in the mob?
Joe Pesci.
He was
was-
actually,
He wasn't in it, though. He was
wasn't
always like a
made, but
friend.
he was like an associate.
He stopped
He
Penn.
actually went to jail
Oh, wow.
for doing
you
crimes
know?
for the mob, and then went to play a mobster in the show.
Stop, get down.
Street level crime though probably is fun if you're doing it with your boys.
If you're doing your boys.
Yeah.
I don't know how fun can violent crime.
So
is?
can we?
Depends on how violent.
So can we
Like-
form a
like
a
shooting
crime
people can't-
yeah,
syndicate?
you want to go to Stop and Shop, rob some spinach tonight?
I'm
We
in.
got some carrots too.
Come on, let's do it. We can call ourselves the fruit burglars.
And then we'll go out and sell them.
Well, that's not really fruit. What was it? Vegetable. Fruit and vegetable.
I used to like the guys that they would be out on the corner, like this would be the middle of summer, July and August, right on like Vandervoort by the expressway, and they would have like stolen meat, but they would wear like the butcher jackets, right? They had like the white butcher
Yeah.
coats on, and they would be selling you meat out of the back of their car.
That's hilarious.
You know, I remember one time there was a lady told me this was like while you were in high school, she was buying lobsters out of the back of a car in Howard Beach.
Nice. That's very fun. Fell off a truck.
Yep, exactly.
Good way to get a TV cheap.
You don't even need that anymore.
They are
Yeah,
cheap.
I know.
Well, some are.
Nobody even wants to rob a TV anymore. You know.
Well,
Not
good-
fun.
Good TVs are still expensive.
Yeah, but nobody like really.
They gotta be like
But how
massive.
good,
They gotta be
like-
like massive.
Nobody
Oh.
really steals a TV.
Yeah,
and
there's
No,
no
they don't
50
sell.
inch. There's no 50-inch TV that's that expensive.
No, like an OLED 55 inches, like a couple grand.
No,
Yeah.
a couple grand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably like 1,300 the lowest.
What makes it
I'd say
better?
You can get it for.
Yeah.
And so how
Yeah,
much
but I'm
is
talking
a
about like
8-inch?
burglary.
But people
Like
aren't
people used to
breaking in-
burgle
people
your
aren't
house
stealing
For a
and
TV.
take your
Yeah,
TV.
people aren't stealing.
Nobody's
got- they
going
got
in there
TVs
hoping
already.
that you have
Yeah.
the $2,000 TV because
yeah,
chances
nobody's
are
stealing
They got
TVs.
TVs, and they don't want to carry that out of
they're
there.
gonna get the $500
If
TV.
you
That's
do,
like
I
you
don't know,
know.
maybe they'll take it, but
Yeah, they
not
might.
really. Nobody's stealing TVs.
No, I don't think so.
Just jewelry and money under the mattress.
Yeah. All right.
That's why it's best to not have any money.
Yeah, or to be surveilled
Easy
all the
life.
time.
Would be surreal.
Wouldn't be happening.
Not really.
That's true. That's true, except the grocery store.
So some people just, even surveilled or not, they need to commit crime.
Yeah, I mean there are. Yes.
No, I'm just
Like a kleptomaniac
Well,
is
there's
actually.
like stealing corn from a cornfield. Like
yeah, just the thrill of that.
Just the
Yeah,
thrill of
like
doing
something-
look, I got a trunk full of corn, and there was a cornfield like as far as your eyes can see.
Who did that?
Well, there's also
I'm not
certain
saying-
levels.
Well,
there's
there's
also
also-
certain levels of crime that
It
aren't
wasn't-
really
no, it wasn't me,
crime,
no, no.
like jaywalking.
You remember that though, right?
Yeah, how does the Freedom City feel about jaywalking?
I mean, like it depends on who's in charge. If it
wasn't
was me,
even-
I would just
it
get rid
wasn't
of
even
like
the good
jaywalking's a
corn, it was the
dumb.
feed corn.
It's a
It
dumb
was-
law.
you couldn't even eat the corn. It was the feed corn for the animals. He didn't know.
You stole all the corn.
I didn't-
Jaywalking?
You see,
There
my
was somebody
take
who
on
know.
jaywalking is I don't like any laws that restrict my ability to harm myself. I don't understand them.
seatbelt.
I've always questioned
Seatbelts,
that too.
Is
jaywalking.
like
I-
really a thing? Like
You can get a summons.
know what?
I don't
Does
think they're not
anybody have a
dragging you to
gun?
jail.
It's
On the
You know
West
what I-
Coast, it's big.
You know what I found
Yeah.
out? Actually,
Go to
I
Tokyo,
didn't find
man.
this out. I saw it on Adam Ruins Everything episode like 10 years ago, and I never looked it up, so it might not be true. But it was about jaywalking. They said it was actually a lobby from the car companies so that they could give everybody used to walk in the street. The cars wanted to reserve the street for themselves, so they started calling them Jays, which I guess at the time was an insult. And then they called it jaywalking. So it was actually the car companies lobbied to make it a crime so that they can sell more cars
makes
for the
sense.
street.
I can believe that, but even then,
That was what Adam
But there's
Ruins
probably,
Everything
like,
said.
that
I
was
don't know. I never looked
probably-
it up, to
I
be
trust
honest.
Adam.
it just sounds like if you're looking back that far, like because there weren't a lot of cars, so people walked in the street, which was the road. Like
What is the
there
actual
wasn't a
definition?
sidewalk and a
What's the-
road
Yeah, right,
situation.
It wasn't right.
It's
They-
like
they
the-
want-
It was like everybody just walked in the street. Now
stores-
suddenly cars are
the
there.
Stores in
That's-
Paramus, New
wait.
Jersey are still
But they
closed
didn't
on
want-
Sundays
like,
because of
it
the
was-
blue law.
Jaywalking?
Yeah.
Right.
Jaywalking is crossing anywhere in the street
That isn't the
outside
sidewalk.
the four
Crosswalk.
corners or the
No,
crosswalk.
but isn't it also crossing against the light? So if I
That's
was
probably
to
also
cross-
Yeah, yeah.
jaywalking.
If I have
Yeah.
a do not walk sign,
And you
I
walk.
cross, that's jaywalking.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
that,
it's
that's
not
what
just
it
like,
was.
It used
that
to be cornered, like if
Yeah.
you cut the corner diagonally.
Yes, yes.
But it's just illegally crossing.
Being in the street when
in
you
any
shouldn't.
manner,
that's
you're illegally
that's what it
crossing
was.
the
Was
street.
the car started taking over the street, and if somebody got hit, the people were like, "Well, we always walked in the street. Why can't the cars just stop and wait? Like,
Right,
why are they?"
yeah.
And the car companies were like, "No, we want the cars to be innocent." In this.
Yeah, I get that. I just feel like
Save
as
the
time went
people.
on, that would have happened naturally because there's more cars.
In
and
the
people
West
don't
Coast,
wanna
you
do
can't
that.
even step on the street, and the cop will run over and give you a ticket. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
but like jaywalking, I don't like
I never had
seatbelts.
that experience.
I
I
don't
agree with
understand
you.
for the life of me
I-
the seatbelt laws.
I hate the seatbelt law.
I don't
I
get
think
it.
that's should, and I'm with you. There should not be a law or fine that's stopping me from hurting myself.
I
The whole-
agree totally.
Same thing too. Not that I want to do this or anyone should do this, but how is it illegal to commit suicide? Why is that an illegal thing? It's your life. You can do whatever you want. You
I
can
don't know.
do
that one feels symbolic because I don't think you get arrested if you survive it.
If you do it right,
get-
They might send you
No.
to psychiatric.
Yeah,
You don't
put-
get arrested.
No,
If someone
no.
tries to help you
But
commit suicide.
no,
that
but
might-
my question
yeah.
is, you if I wanted to
kinda
jump
murder.
if I wanted to jump off a bridge and I got caught, it's a crime. Whatever, it's a crime.
Yeah.
But you
But
don't-
meanwhile,
Yes.
I can sign.
Wait,
Jumping off the
what-
bridge
jumping
or
off the
trying to
bridge
kill
is the
yourself?
crime.
Yeah, trespassing.
Okay.
is
Even
the
if
crime.
you
If I want to
Jumping
shoot-
off the bridge to kill yourself
Okay.
is not the crime.
If I want to, if
The
I want
crime
to-
is jumping
all
off the bridge.
If I
Like,
want to
you're
just
not
kill,
allowed to go on the
if I
bridge.
want to
You don't
just
get
kill
charged
myself,
with
it's a crime.
suicide.
But
Go off to
meanwhile,
Ni- go off to
if
Niagara Falls.
I get hit by a car and I have a do not resuscitate, that's like killing myself too. But yet that's a legal
But
thing.
you don't get arrested.
No, but I don't
for
think it's
suicide.
illegal to
Yes.
commit suicide.
No, it's not. No,
It is. It's a
No,
crime.
people
No,
who
it
attempt-
might
they
be.
just look
People
at
He
who
you
might.
attempt to
Johnny
kill
might be
themselves-
right.
People
Is
who
illegal?
attempt to kill themselves do not go.
You don't go to-
charged.
you don't get-
and get,
I'll look it
get
up.
something
There's
on
no
the
Okay, tell me-
charge for
record.
tell me-
trying to
if
commit
you
suicide.
I think there's something like
if you try
that.
to commit
No.
You won't go to
suicide,
heaven.
I'm looking it up. We'll tell you in a
I
second.
won't gonna happen.
I don't
can
think
you get
so.
the death penalty?
I don't think people.
That would
I
be
don't
a
think.
win-win, right?
I don't think people who attempt suicide have like a record.
Johnny,
I don't think
Johnny
because
allowed that
I don't
joke.
I don't think they enforce
Johnny,
it
mark,
ever.
mark that
Johnny.
spot
But
for
it might be.
yourself.
I'm looking it up.
You have to say it real quick.
I know,
Did they get the
it's
death
a couple
penalty?
of Uncle Bill.
Why,
You're like
see
nervous.
my
You're like, I
mouth
want
in
to
his
kill
voice or
myself, but I
something?
gotta make sure I'm
Like
not
you'll see
breaking
my
any
mouth in his
laws.
No, we're gonna cut you all out.
Oh, you're just gonna hear.
You're just gonna hear Johnny say the joke.
Wait, if I commit suicide and it's a crime, and I get away
Do I
with
get the pet
it,
down
do
by-
I get the death penalty?
Promoting a suicide.
Yeah,
That's
so
for somebody else though, right?
yeah, this is different. But Uncle Phil, you're right. If you
If you
encourage
assist,
somebody,
yeah,
that is
That's
illegal.
illegal. I knew that, but I don't think if you attempt
Hey, for the record,
suicide, you go to jail.
suicide is no longer considered a crime in the U.S. So I guess it was, but it probably was from when there
For
was
a
more
religious-
tied to the
religious-
religious
yeah,
code.
religious thing.
But I still, even at that time, I doubt they were like, "You tried to kill yourself, and we're gonna throw you in jail forever."
Yeah.
It's probably like you need to get some help.
Then they put you on suicide.
But it was like it was probably a way for them to enact control over somebody who otherwise would say, "I don't want any help. I'm gonna just go try to kill myself again."
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "No, technically it's illegal. We are detaining
have
you,
to give-
but we're not gonna throw you in
to
jail
you.
for like for years." Like I don't think that would help the suicidality. But
But going back, I'm with you. I think laws
Yeah.
to just protect yourself are stupid.
yeah, like even I mean, drugs is hard because drugs also includes like it has to include distribution and things like that. But like just the act of taking a drug, no matter how bad it is, I don't understand why that's illegal.
Because they
You know what I
can't-
mean?
They can't charge
What
you
about
taxes.
Like if you have it, they know you bought it from somewhere, and like there's
Well, no,
there's
but
a
that's not
Because you
illegal.
didn't pay
I think
taxes.
it's possession of it that's illegal. I don't think it's use.
yeah, but I mean I feel like those go hand in hand. I just mean like
But
single
so I'm
use.
saying- that's what I'm
if they-
asking you.
if
Do you
they
think that
found you with a little
possession-
bit-
Are you saying possession of any drug shouldn't be illegal?
Yes.
Okay. And in a certain amount. I
Yeah,
see.
in a certain
Obviously,
because
when it
like I do
when it
understand the
gets to,
argument of like if you have a
It's-
pound, you're
it's
probably
hard for me
distributing
to,
it.
like,
Drugs
I
is
can see
harder
both
because
sides of
there's
it.
there's more things. But the fact that like I couldn't even if I wanted, I was like I just want to do crack every day. I should be allowed to do crack every day.
Yeah,
It's not
but-
harming anybody up until the point where I harm somebody.
Until you
And
harm
that's
But
a
then
somebody.
that's its own
That's
crime.
Its own crime.
That shouldn't be like it's not like
Right. But
oh because you're doing
but
crack.
the idea is to prevent you from going down that path in the first place.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the
goal.
government. I don't think that's
No,
the
no, I
government's
understand.
role.
I get it. I get it.
Like,
Well,
that's-
so much to say.
And even with the
re-
seatbelt thing, like you might not like that law, but it does save lives. Maybe
reason I brought
you
that
wouldn't
up-
want your life saved. Maybe you'd rather drive.
I
without
might
the
wear a
seatbelt.
seatbelt, but the fact that there's a law and I
And
can
it
get a
wouldn't
ticket
matter.
feels backwards to
No,
me.
I know. I understand.
You know what I mean? That I'd be
can
driving
see-
and I'm
I
gonna
can
get
see
pulled
both
over and they're
sides
like,
of it.
put a seatbelt on, and it's like,
I know,
why?
But it's the same thing
That
with
was-
smoking. You can't.
was why
you know,
I brought up
gotta
the
be
jaywalking
18
thing.
or whatever.
Yeah, but 18,
you're
but
talking
but
about-
age
if you can make
restrictions.
decisions-
But I widely agree with age restrictions on anything because that makes sense to me. That like a
make a
13-year-old
decision.
No, but there's two
can't
ways to look-
decide all
there's two
these
ways to
things
look
they
at a
want.
seatbelt law, right?
Yeah.
You can look at it as government control. Right? Go like this. I don't have to wear a seatbelt. Or you can look at it as a statistical safety to go like this.
But the government shouldn't
Most
be
people-
imposing
No,
that.
but yeah, but
Under
his-
penalty
his
of-
point
of-
is, his point is that the
of
government's job
money.
isn't to
Protect
look
me
out. Yeah, right. It's not to protect them. It's just
from
to-
myself,
it's-
from other
I think
people,
it might be.
huh?
I think it might be.
I don't think it is. I
No,
just
from
don't think it
yourself,
is.
No, because that's not freedom. If you're restricted from doing something,
I don't find that.
specifically in a
Like I
in
said,
a
I can see
vacuum,
both sides.
if
can
Like, I
you
would-
can't
I
do
would say-
something to yourself.
But you know, you could
then
drive
that's a
without a
restriction
seatbelt
on
and just
freedom.
take your
Not
tickets.
being able to do something to someone
but
else
it is
isn't a
illegal.
restriction on freedom.
Yeah, it's illegal, but
Right? Because you're not.
But you
you're
can do
not.
it.
Like,
I get that.
You know,
You're not
you
supposed to be
still-
free
still
to the
do-
point where you could do
Right,
whatever
then
you
it-
want to
so that-
somebody
so
They
else.
did start with those
There's two
automatic
ways to look at
seatbelts,
it.
but they
You know. No, but I'm saying like
they
you're
went the
not
way
free.
of the dinosaur.
You're not
really-
free. Like
too
you're
many
not
conversations
free.
going.
There's no freedom, right? That you're able to do whatever you want to somebody else. That's not actual freedom. Freedom is the ability. Definitely, and anybody can agree that to be free is to be able to do whatever you want, so long as it doesn't affect anybody else. So then, in a free country, the government shouldn't be able to restrict what you're doing if it only affects you, because you're free. You're not really a free citizen if the government could tell you something to not do something that wouldn't affect anyone or them.
Yeah, like I would
you
even
make
I
a
would be
case, though?
fine.
So
I would
can
be
you make
fine
a
with
case
seatbelt
that-
laws for children.
If you're in a car
If
with
I'm
other
driving and I have
people-
2 kids in the car,
If you're in a car with other people,
adults,
right?
if they're adults,
Yeah,
they're
adults.
all.
I mean, I agree with
if you want, like-
anything that has to do with like children to a certain age.
I agree.
The job of the adult to protect them, I can agree with all of that.
Right, I'm saying if I had
So-
two
But
ki-
you
if I
have-
had 2
if you
kids in
have
the car,
children,
more
it's
adults
on
in
me
the
for
car
can't
them
make
to have
that choice.
seatbelts
They
on.
You
can't
feel
make
that
that
you're
choice,
responsible now to put a seatbelt on because it might protect the other people in the car?
Is that
Does
true?
It protect the other people. in
I don't
the
know if
car?
that's true, but it's like it's one thing.
That's like
I think the government absolutely should have and was right and was correct in doing so to make it mandatory to have seatbelts in all cars
Right, everybody should have the
because they're
choice.
allowing you, like they're giving you the opportunity to be as safe as you can be, and that's the government's role. But to actually force me under threat of law and penalty to not wear a seatbelt when I'm in a car alone
At what point do you get to make
is
that
weird to
decision?
me. Make what
Like if you
decision?
have a child.
Kids have to wear 'em.
No, not a kid. A child. You have a child that's 18, 19 driving.
I can ask him
would
to
you
do
want
it.
your child to wear a seatbelt for their safety?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I might wear a seatbelt, but the fact that it's like not about whether seatbelts are safe or not.
It's
I
the
understand they're
fact that they can-
safer.
they can-
Yeah, but
The
then
fact that there's a
to your
penalty
point-
for
ticket you for
only
not
if I
wearing
had an 18-year-old child who was in the car with me, yeah, I always wear my seatbelt. I'm not even like a not seatbelt guy. Just the fact that it's
That
under
they can,
penalty
To-
of law is crazy to me.
To your point, if that's exactly what he's saying, if you had an 18-year-old child, then that's your job. Having a young person, they are an adult, they're free to make the decision. But to have a young person who's your kid, it's your job to tell them to wear a seatbelt, not the government. The government shouldn't be telling them. You should be telling them to
Yeah,
wear
but
the
yeah,
seatbelt.
right. So it's the fine that bothers you,
Yeah.
basically.
Certainly.
They
yeah.
should tell
Well, the
you
law,
that
but yeah.
you should wear it. But then, like, there was no way to get people to wear it, like other than threatening them. Unfortunately, that's the way the world is.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
it's the way it
fine.
is.
Right,
but it's like
for
smoking.
them.
It's like smoking. The government putting like, if you want to put taxes, because you're like, look, as a government, we don't want everybody in our country smoking
we're
because
making
they
it
all get
expensive.
sick earlier and whatever, and healthcare, whatever. Fine, but like, it shouldn't just be illegal to smoke because there's no bearing on anybody else in public places, right? Like in a crowded. Fair,
is it-
totally
haven't
fair.
they
But it's
proved
not-
that?
Me and my
It's
Like
not
in your
illegal
own
to smoke.
house.
no, it's not. But I'm saying it will be at some point, I'm sure, and they constantly make more effort to stop people smoking, but not in like a. The reason why they haven't just outlawed it is because like big
Makes a
tobacco
ton of
still
money.
exists,
Right.
right? Fair, but like the taxes on it are a preemptive way to get like they're taxed specifically high
Right. So that people
to
can't
drop the
afford to
number,
do
and it's like I think that's silly. I don't think they should be trying to force behavior on their populace because it makes you safer. Because that argument can be used
For anything.
for everything. Like talk about a surveillance.
For surveillance.
Right. Talk
You
about a
say, yeah, we have
surveillance
these
state. The argument of like
robots
we know what's
these
better
robots
for
that
you.
Shoot you on sight.
Right. We know
because-
what's best for each individual person in the country. So we're going to create laws to force you to live a certain way. And I understand smoking's still legal, but like
understand
they're
what you're
going
saying.
down that path of like
I understand what you're
trying
saying.
to make it as bad as they can or as difficult to do as they can.
Again, I guess that was their only way of saying we can get people to do this, and it does save lives. I hear what you're saying. It makes sense.
I just think that shouldn't be in their purview. I think once they go, which they already
got it.
been doing, as they're going down that path, it can only get worse. Because to your point about control, once they're like, we stopped people never wore seatbelts. Now everybody wears a seatbelt. People used to smoke all the time. Now the youngest generation doesn't smoke. Our social engineering is working. Let's all get people to agree to whatever by some fiat, like either a law or like the intersection of like a law, high taxes, and a a targeted indoctrination campaign in schools. Like, let's get everybody to agree that socialism is the way to go. Like, it's that same thing.
Or take a-
if they're like, look, it's dangerous to
Or
have
take a shot
billionaires.
Well, that's
for,
what they're
It's
trying to do.
dangerous.
That wasn't really
I'll give
killing
you
as
a
many
better
people as they said it
example.
was.
They're trying to do that. That's what they're trying to do with guns.
Exactly.
That's the entire argument.
That's the
with
whole
guns.
gun
That's-
right.
that's the
That was a
entire gun
test.
argument.
Yeah.
Is just to say that it makes everyone is in danger, or you yourself and everyone is in danger if you have a gun. It's the
Not
same thing
taking
that they're
my
doing
guns.
for smoking.
Keeping them.
Yeah, right. That is the argument for guns. It's the argument for COVID.
True American.
And it's like, yeah, you might be safe, but you're going to kill everybody else in your life. It's like, well, I'm also social. Like, I'm doing all the things you said. I don't leave my house. I'm social distancing. I still have to take the shot. Who have I killed so far? You know what I mean? It's like, are you just giving everybody a death count now of who they like might have infected? But once you get the shot, even if that does happen, you're safe because you like did the good thing.
Right.
It's like that same control that they try to
But if you didn't get the shot,
take over individuals.
you risk losing your job and your
Right.
livelihood.
That's how they do it. Mm-hmm. And that's, I mean, seatbelt is just the canary in the coal mine
Yep.
for me. But
Canary in the coal mine.
I love that one.
it's a real saying.
He's done a
I feel like Johnny didn't know that was a real saying.
No,
I
no,
thought I made that up.
I know that word, but I was going to ask this off.
That's not a word.
What, canary or coal mine?
And
You can even spell that one.
he knows canary and coal mine. You're
yeah.
gonna have to explain. to him.
No, sorry. I knew that saying. I was going to ask because you've said it in another podcast in the past, or you said tonight, and every time you say it, I just want to think of the car, and I have no idea why the word is used for, but you keep saying Fiat.
Just like a forced. By fiat is like I just decided this is how it is, so it's how it's going to be
That's the way
done.
it's gonna be.
It's called Fiat.
Yeah.
Like doing something by
Fiat.
fiat.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
You knew this
it's
one?
not
I know
spelled.
that one.
I don't think it's spelled.
I know that one.
Is it spelled?
I tell you when I don't
FIAT?
know them.
Like the car?
I tell you, I come right out.
I
and
know
say
you
it.
do.
Yeah. Ruling by fiat is just like I made a decision. Now everybody does it.
Oh, did you know this?
No, I never heard.
All right, good. No, I'm not the only one.
I got three against two. So
No, that's good. That's
it would have been three. It would have been 75%.
I know. I
if
would have
Uncle Phil
lost.
wasn't here.
I would have lost this one.
You still did.
You said it before, and I was shutting off because I was like, I don't want to say it. But then you said it again, and yeah. But I've heard the
a good
canary
word.
and the coal
But how do
mine.
you spell it? Do you spell it the same?
It might be.
You
That's
spell
what I
it
was
the same
asking.
way?
Spelled the
I
same
thought it
way,
was.
but I honestly don't.
I try it.
Fiat?
Well, look
I've
up
never-
fiat definition.
I have to say, I don't think I've ever read it. The word. I think I've only ever.
I only heard it. Yeah.
You know what it
Or
stands
if
for,
I
right? In the
have,
car
this
version.
happens to me a lot.
Fix it again, Tony.
Tony?
I think they're two different words because
It is- it is the same.
And I pronounce it differently.
A
but I-
spelled the
formal
same?
authorization or proposition or decree. Yeah, spell the same.
It's spelled the same. That's what I thought.
All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, I guess
We
from that
strayed
definition, a fiat is just a decree. Ruling by fiat
Yeah.
is ruling by your decrees.
Right.
So it's kind of different.
Okay. New word. I haven't used any of these words I've learned.
You
in
should
my own
start
work.
writing them down.
The problem is I don't know.
Can't read them.
Should that? Oh, yeah,
They're
that's a
too
problem.
big
That's a
for me
problem.
to remember.
Fiat's a small word.
That one, I can use that
That's
one.
a small one.
I might use that one. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And as always,
Stay angry, no amused.